not even spring break. What the hell? What's going on?
Tom, what are you doing here?
How are we going to figure out what's going on? We need to get proactive.
I think I have a slight idea of what we're supposed to do.
There is? Where?
Have you tried turning on the tape that's welded onto the side of your head?
How the hell am I?
Gentlemen, you're probably wondering how and why you're here. You've been growing from strength to strength as online entertainers, but never seen things from the perspective of the character. Well, now it's your turn to see what it truly feels like to be in a dire situation. I want to play a game. You will review the movie Saw and prove to the world that it is not only a sophisticated dark thriller, but a perfect movie. Fail, and you'll pay the ultimate price. Gentlemen.
Did the tape just answer us back?
What seems to be the problem?
Well, it's a good movie. It's far from perfect. I would describe it as...
A shit show. A shit show. Total shit show. I believe the word you were looking for is shit show. What in the fuck?
Watch your tongue, Mr. Deadly.
Testes.
The device strapped to your testicles is triggered by obscenities. Lose your temper, and you'll lose something far more precious.
Oh, God.
But I literally curse all of the time. All of the time.
You do curse an awful lot.
And Mr. Newbie, one more rule. Any ravings or even the mention of cats, and the device on your beanbag will trigger too.
Beanbag.
As you seem to have trouble understanding this concept, you'll notice before you the device that will free you of your ignorance. You have 30 minutes to convince me otherwise. Let the game begin.
Why are all these traps testicle related?
I don't know about you, but this is where I tend to panic. Let's promise not to do that again.
I have several issues with this game. A, this game is unfair. B, this is an abuse of my human rights. And C, this is a total breach of the frame code.
This is Saw.
In 2004, first-time filmmakers Lee Winnell and James Wan created a movie that would reignite the love for Halloween horror movies, triggering consecutive movies for the following 6 Halloweens. Handing the project to other directors, the sequels would never capture the thrill elements of the original, which by association became branded as torture porn. As a first-time project, Saw is by far one of the greatest debut features of its field.
So we begin our story with 2 men awaking in a mysterious bathroom, struggling to find clues to figure out what's going on. Unplugging the bathtub, we see the key get washed away.
My hopes and dreams.
Shit, I'm probably dead.
You're not dead.
Who's that?
George Michael, is that you?
The 2 argue and try to figure out what the hell is going on.
What is that smell?
Hey, he who smelt it. Sorry about the overdramatic lighting, but I'm trying to set a mood here. When did we get to Taco Bell? Why are you so sweaty? What were you doing when the lights are out, Meet Adam and Lawrence, 2 strangers with a shocking connection, imprisoned in a diabolical trap with only one way out, in the toilet zone. I see Courtney Love is dating again. Dude. My God, we've been kidnapped by Boy George. Ugh, open a window, it's getting whiny in here.
What's your name?
My name is Very Fucking Confused.
Hi, Very Fucking Confused. I'm Dad. They are chained to the walls with massive leg irons. They remember nothing. So we're going the amnesia route? Hey, I'm a little short. Can I borrow a couple bucks? No, I don't want to hear your mixtape.
It says play me.
More things for the inventory. Bullet, key, magic gem. They borrow a dead man's tape recorder and get judgy instructions from a mystery lunatic.
Baby shark, do-do-do-do-do, baby shark.
Uh-oh. Wrong tape.
Now I see you as a strange mix of someone angry yet apathetic, but mostly just pathetic.
He's not making this easy. Or not gross. If you find any opium suppositories, I call dibs. Ew, it's still warm. So much peanuts and corn. They finally find the star of the movie.
hours later.
Damn, these are quality chains.
He wants us to cut through our feet. Police still hadn't caught him.
Flashback? Really? Okay.
This is actually one of my biggest issues with this movie in the first place, is that it's a really well orchestrated short film that's fleshed up with flashback after flashback after flashback. Within a flashback, back to the flashback. Is the story that I'm watching the flashback in the first place? Or is the flashback happening after? Or is that when you flashback? Although when you do the flashback, is that actually a flash into the future?
I don't know, I've gone cross-eyed.
Lawrence believes that this is the work of a serial killer named Jigsaw, who likes to torture victims with the intention of purifying them and scaring them straight. Not now, Gabby. His traps are somewhat survivable, on paper anyway, so there's always a chance the victim can get away. It just doesn't always work out that way. Liked his glory holes a little high, huh?
He's a very interesting person.
Someone wants to play doctor. The cops find Lawrence's pen at the crime scene, so that makes him a suspect. This is Amanda, the only Jigsaw survivor so far. Retainer wearers, look away.
Your mouth will be permanently ripped open. There is only one key to open the device. It's in the stomach of your dead cellmate.
Wait, I can feel everything. Ow, ow, why do you hate me so much? Not now, kitty. Yeesh, that takes guts. Hey, straightened out my teeth. Congrats. You live to enjoy a rich life full of therapy.
Meanwhile,
back in the bathroom, Jigsaw's been watching them poop.
Your wife and kid are out there. You thinking about that?
Well, I am now. No monsters in your closet, honey. The real monsters are other people. Never love anyone. Life is pain. We're all gonna die. Sweet dreams. Baba Booey.
So we finally return to the bathroom to catch up with our intrepid heroes.
Here, check out my hot wife. Hey, she's kinky. I like.
The tape told us to find an X.
Another clue, X marks the spot. They can use it to escape or find the Holy Grail.
I see you.
Look who's obsessed. Are you too old for this shit yet? Flashing back again to the time we almost got Jigsaw. They track him to the same decrepit building everyone else seems to live in this town, and they meet Jigsaw's roommate. You know the drill. Shit, he's back. Try to look busy. I want those Oreos back.
Put your fucking hands in the air!
What about my feet? Never take your eyes off this guy. Now you have a distraction, a slashed throat, and the killer gets away. Even when you think you got him, he has you. This place has more booby traps than Nam. I have to say, he could really use Martin Riggs right now.
2 hours later.
More puzzle pieces fall into place. Ugh, I wanted an iPhone. Why do you and Mom hate me? Lawrence has instructions to kill Adam. Maybe he's just tired of his whining.
You don't need a gun to kill Adam.
But it helps. Another flashback, to Lawrence getting kidnapped. Is this important? Not really. We know where he winds up, and all this really shows us is that he was in fact grabbed. Oh, it pads out the movie. Why don't you cry about it now?
What are you doing to them, you bastard?
They try to trick Jigsaw with a poisoned cigarette and Shakespearean level acting. Give this guy an Oscar. Still the best on-screen death since, I'm gonna have to go with Talia al Ghul in The Dark Knight Rises. What a surprise! He didn't fall for it.
I'm not going to lie, this dude definitely studied at the acting school founded by Tommy Wiseau. I did not do it! I did not hit her! Total bullshit.
Focusing on the inconsistencies of the picture is an injustice to the intricacies of the filmmaking. Hiding the greatest clues in plain sight and limited only by its budget. The movie surpasses all expectations of the would-be stereotype of the unintelligible horror pictures of the era. Look deeper, gentlemen, as your lives depend upon it.
I remember how I got here.
That jolt must have shook something loose in Adam, since now he remembers how he got here. Does it really matter at this point? Bad time to lose power. Adam's trying to develop pictures and his neighbor John Doe is trying to cut off his fingerprints.
Dad, is that you?
To push Lawrence along, his family calls him. Like he doesn't have enough on his mind already.
Don't believe Adam's lies.
Adam hasn't been fully honest, but neither has Lawrence. People who live in filthy glass bathrooms shouldn't throw stones. The doctor was, shall we say, performing house calls outside his network, if you know what I mean.
What's your favorite scary movie? Wait, sorry, wrong picture.
And Adam got it on film. But who hired him? I'm not too old for this shit, am I? Player 2 enters the game. Zepp, hospital employee and advocate for the sick and dying. Closing time. See you tomorrow? One final phone call to rub it in Lawrence's face.
You failed.
Hello? His wife actually comes very close to ending this, but hesitation causes this to escalate. Abby! But Murtaugh to the rescue. Freeze! This all sounds a lot worse on Lawrence's end. The call disconnects, so he has no way of knowing they're okay. Lawrence has to kill Adam now, even though the deadline is passed. We're approaching the big moment this entire movie is marketed around. The phone is out of reach, the Brady Bunch trick is off the table for some reason.
The Brady Bunch trick was off the table. Are you telling me his fracking arms were off the table? Because he literally could have reached across and grabbed that phone at any point after he threw it away. It was totally within arm's reach. He was doing his best to not let it be reachable on camera for tension purposes, and it was so noticeable. And on top of that, are you actually telling me that, panicked in a situation like that or not, that you wouldn't try every last conceivable option to try and get out of your chastity chains or whatever you want to call them without lobbing your fucking foot off? Thanks.
And that just leaves one option left. Bonesaw is ready! Loki, no. I bet this would go smoother if he hadn't dulled the blade by trying to saw through the chains. After everything, this scene really isn't as bloody as it could have been. A Saw movie with restraint. Now I've seen everything. Murtaugh follows Zepp through an entirely different building. Honest. And he's dead. You can reach the phone now, but the gun is more appealing at this point.
At long fucking last. Oh God, please stop zapping me in the
I
nuts.
thought he'd never shut up. Zepp is here to end it all, but Adam isn't really dead. Looks like he can act after all. Adam takes out Zepp with the toilet tank lid. If he looks a little flushed, that's because a doctor would know where to shoot a guy without killing him, or cause nerve damage or massive blood loss.
I have to go and get help.
So the free bleeding, one-footed guy goes for help. Good luck with that. While looting Zepp's corpse, Adam discovers he too was a pawn in this game. So who's behind all this?
You gotta be fucking kidding.
This entire time, the entire day, he's been perfectly still. Mondays. You know what I'm saying? Jigsaw is dying, and chose to spend his final days teaching people to cherish what they have. That life is precious. So he leaves Adam to die.
Game over.
And that was Saw. As the poster boy for torture porn, Saw is rather tame by comparison when it comes to on-screen gore. It does present ideas that make you uncomfortable and squeamish, letting you, the audience, fill in the picture. And that's something that's missing from a lot of horror movies. The crescendo is of course the amputation scene. It's in the trailers, it's hanging over their heads for the entire movie. It was never a question of if they would, but get the show on the road already. And don't stop till you see bone. Knowing what it's leading to lets the tension grow, and that sense of doom never lets up. Lawrence is a flawed character. Workaholic, clinical, growing distance from his family, and even almost has an affair. I say almost because he insists he didn't, and I don't see any reason to doubt him. Is that enough reason to make him chop his foot off? Adam is strangely comic relief, and a semi-surrogate for the audience. But he's got reasons to be here too. We just don't know much more about him. He takes pictures for money. Does that make him a bad guy with one too many feet? Jigsaw, a mysterious force of twisted justice, a brilliant engineer with a warped set of values. He's punishing people he thinks are deserving, but what did the wife and daughter do? It's kinda messed up. Nice twist with Zepp, by the way. Not the fake reveal, but the reveal that he wasn't Jigsaw. Okay, this part was ridiculous. Not one fart, burp, stomach growl. Why did he have to sit in the middle of the room? It's not to observe them, he was unconscious. A huge stretch for a twist I gotta say, I still didn't see coming.
Tom, are you fucking I don't even care if he's at my nuts anymore. I'm kind of getting immune to it. Are you crazy? Dude, it's more than an imperfect movie. There's literally a dead guy on the floor that's not dead in front of a medically trained professional for what I can say is only several goddamn hours without breathing, without moving, without anyone in the room noticing that he's remotely not a dead guy. It is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. It makes no sense whatsoever. It actually ruined the entire movie experience for me, actually.
Alright, kids, me baby bags, me mommy daddy button, they're all gone.
This movie is tense. The blood and gore are not quite the focus, but are still the threat. It's not blood for blood's sake, but it just lets you know how much danger they're in. Add in the grungy, dank world this is all set in, gives every location a bleak, nightmarish tone. There are no safe locations here. Obviously, locations and sets are inexpensive. This movie is an exercise in indie economical filmmaking. Once again proving you don't need expensive special effects or a big budget to make your audience squirm.
You shut off me, mommy, daddy.
The thriller plotline is elevated above a standard police procedural or slasher. It's fiendishly clever and simple. Chained to a pipe with a saw in your hand with some hard choices to make. Saw is 4 Bs. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's still entertaining, unique, brutal, and really gets under your skin.
Congratulations, Mr. Newbie. The ability to see through the nuances and shortcomings of a production have saved you from your fate. The movie Saw is indeed an imperfect picture, but so easily critiqued by bandwagon reviewers. The true goal of the game was to accept that a movie does not have to be flawless to be considered a great picture. You have proved yourself worthy of freedom, but understand, this is merely the first level of the game. Next time, Mr. Newbie. Next time.
Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment the bell, you know, the usual YouTube stuff. This is theNewBee.
You can join us on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays where we do our podcast, where we talk about all the world of horror and horror movies and horror games and all of that kind of thing. And also on a Sunday night, we have a TV show over on American Horror's Roku, and it's also available on strictlystreaming.com and Tubi TV, where we have a whole lot more green screen stuff like this if you're interested in that kind of thing. 8:30 p.m. CST and whatever that equates to is GMTs. Only on American Horrors.
This is Mike from Demented Pictures saying, may your movies be bloody and your scares be shitless.